What's up guys, Justin here, coming at you with a Craigslist NES score. And I had posted a picture of this haul up on our Facebook and our Twitter page, although I did not show what any of the games actually were. I'm very excited about this though. It's so refreshing to finally come across a legit NES bundle. You know, I've been picking up like just 1 or 2 games at a time, but to get a full bundle again was awesome. And it was an excellent deal, kind of a sketchy deal, and it was a chore getting this bundle. But I'll quickly try and sum up the story as best I can. It was like 3 weeks ago now that the original ad got posted on our Craigslist, and I clicked on it. It was pretty vague. It said 50 assorted NES games with a system, and the seller was actually from northern Wisconsin, which was kind of odd that it was posted on our local Craigslist, but they said they were willing to accept PayPal and ship the bundle, so I was definitely interested. They also mentioned though that they realize that most of the games sell for at least $3 each on eBay. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm looking at the pictures, and you know, I was like, yeah, some of these would probably sell for like $3, but most of the ones that they had would definitely sell for more than $3. Some of them like 10 times more than that. Like there are some legit games in here. So immediately I texted the seller. Luckily I was the first person to inquire about it. They told me to make an offer. And I was thinking, all right, 50 games at like $3 a piece or whatever, it's gonna be about $150. And I offered $100, thinking he would counter offer, and we could work our way up to $150. But surprisingly, he actually accepted my offer of $100, and I was actually willing to pay for shipping too. So he said $115, and I said that was fine. So I had him invoice me on PayPal. I really don't like doing Craigslist deals over PayPal and having stuff shipped to me. It's just because I don't know. I mean, PayPal has like their buyer protection and everything, but without like a documented transaction like there would be with like an eBay purchase, I'm a little uneasy about it. But I had him list all the games in the invoice and everything, so it was semi-legit, I guess. And so I paid him the $115. I was under the impression that he was going to ship it out the same day, but he told me that when he got to the FedEx place they were closed. And I was like, all right, no problem, you know, just get them out after the weekend. And so Monday comes around, he texts me and tells me that he was at work all day and that he wasn't able to get them shipped out. And I was like, all right, whatever, no rush. Tuesday comes around, he tells me that he's with his kids all day and bring them to school, I had to pick them up, whatever, he couldn't get them shipped out. I was like, okay, whatever. Wednesday comes around and he's at work all day again and couldn't get them shipped out. And I'm getting a little bit concerned at this point, and then I don't hear back from him for another 4 or 5 days. And I was like, oh my god, I'm never getting these games. So I actually called him, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I've been busy, I'll get them out today. Well, go figure, I don't hear back from him for another full week. I was seriously a day away from having to like file a case on PayPal because I was so sure that I wasn't getting these games. And I called him one more time. Sure enough, he told me that he had shipped them out earlier that day, gave me the tracking info, and the next day I got the package in the mail. So after 3 weeks of agony, it's finally here, and I'm very excited about this. I'll start out by showing the system that it came with. It wasn't an original NES system. It was one of these retro entertainment systems, which obviously I saw it in the picture, so I knew this was what it was. But I'm personally not a fan of these knockoff systems. I know like the Retrons and stuff that play the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis games are a little more heavy duty, I guess. These ones just feel and look even so cheap. And I've heard complaints with these ones that like the cartridges get stuck in the cartridge slot. I've also heard and actually done a little bit of looking up online about there's actually a list of games, NES games that aren't compatible with these systems. It's not like a big list. I think it's only like 20 games or whatever, but off the top of my head it's like Castlevania 3 I know doesn't work in here. I think Laser Invasion doesn't. All the Koei games for whatever reason don't work in these systems. I don't know why, but I guess it doesn't matter anyway because this particular system does not work. I tested it earlier today with this power adapter that came with it. I don't even know if this was the right power adapter. It doesn't look like it, but I tried it with this one and then a couple other generic power adapters I had, and nothing. Nothing coming up on the screen, so I didn't really care though. I mean, these are real cheap anyway, and the main reason I bought the lot was for the games. But it did come with a working controller, so I guess that was a bonus. But like I said, main reason I bought it was for all the games that it came with. So I will start rifling through these here. I'm sure there's a couple that I'll go to talk about a little bit, but starting off with Rad Racer. Most of these games, I guess before I get too into these, are in decent shape. You can tell they weren't taken care of very well, but I was actually able to clean them up fairly nicely. There's only like 1 or 2 of them that actually have like cartridge damage to them, but there's Rad Racer. We got Mylon's Secret Castle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one, Life Force, Blaster Master, cool Capcom game here, Little Nemo Dream Master. Gotta have Battletoads. Got Bionic Commando, Legacy of the Wizard, Blades of Steel, Star Tropics, Zoda's Revenge, which is Star Tropics 2, TNC Surf Designs. I'm still looking for the second one for my collection. Kirby's Adventure, Kings of the Beach, The Moffat Conspiracy. You gotta have Mario Bros. Duck Hunt. I'm actually surprised there's only one of these in this bundle, but there was 2 copies of Super Mario Bros. There's 1 and 2. This one's got a little nick on the top. Actually, this one's a 5-screw. That other one was a 3-screw. We also got 2 copies of Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, Ron and I noticed something odd about the back labels on not just these Mario Bros. Games, but actually quite a few of the games in this lot had these back labels that we have never seen before. And I think there is a French translation at the bottom of these. I'm assuming it's French. It looks pretty French to me. So that led us to believe that these games may have been originally purchased in Canada. I don't know, that would make sense of the French translation. But if anyone knows anything about these back labels here, we've never seen them before, so if someone could enlighten us, that would be awesome. Drop a comment. But moving on, what would the trilogy be without Super Mario Bros. 3? We also got The Goonies 2, Paperboy 2, The Adventures of Lolo, the first one, WWF WrestleMania, Rockin' Ball, Friday the 13th, Wheel of Fortune, one of the $3 games. This one I will be keeping for my collection. I don't believe I have this one. Galaxy 5000. Unfortunately, though, this was one of the ones that had cartridge damage. It's missing, well, it's not missing the clip, but it's missing the little, one of the plastic pieces on the top there. Not a huge deal. I'll still hang on to it for my collection. We got Dr. Mario, along with the special sun-faded edition of Dr. Mario. So 2 of those. Mickey Mousecapade, Spy Hunter, Wizards and Warriors 3. Now, not in perfect shape, but I don't believe I have this one, so I think I will hang on to this one for my collection. It's got another one of the weird back labels, though. I don't know that I've ever seen that one. We got Double Dragon 2, Othello, the first Dragon Warrior, Alien 3. Now, I don't know how I noticed this, but the back of this cartridge, I don't know if you're going to be able to read it, but it actually says on the bottom, manufactured by Acclaim. So, I flip it over and realize that the game is actually made by LJN. And so I was really confused. I don't know if the cartridge the back got changed at some point, if someone did that, maybe to replace it, but or if maybe LJN contracted with Acclaim back in the day for some cartridges. I don't know. If anyone knows the story behind that, drop a comment and enlighten me. I'd be really curious to find that out. Cool World, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. One of the better ones in here for sure was Mega Man 4. It's got a little bit of a nick on the front label there, but not bad. The only Tengen game that came with this deal was Pac-Man. We got Golgo 13. Alright, coming down to the end here, we got Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. This one actually came with his previously played video game. Might have been like a rental instructions or something. That's kind of cool. Also got Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. which is kind of funny because I know for a fact that this game wouldn't work in that system even if it did work. This one's really beat up though. Top label's jacked up and it's got some more wear down on that corner there, but happy to get that one nonetheless. 1942. This is actually a 5-screw copy of the game. I think my personal copy is a 5-screw as well. Maybe they were all 5 screws. I don't know. Someone can let me know on that as well. We got Magician. This one I was very excited to see. I've never owned this one for my collection. Looks like a very, very cool game, so very happy to get this one. I know that this one is kind of uncommon. Not overly expensive, but kind of hard to find. Alright, a few more in here. We got a gray cartridge, Legend of Zelda. Again, with kind of a different back label on there. It's the one with the, it says it has the save battery in it, but it's another one of those French translated ones. This one, which will be going into my collection, I did not own this one. It's the gray cartridge of Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. So I was very happy to get this. I have all the Zeldas now, both gray carts and both gold cartridges. And what was really cool is the only manual that was included with this lot was for the gray cartridge Zelda 2. And I actually compared this manual to my manual for my gold cartridge that I have complete in box, and they're actually different. So it was very cool to get this one. I can't imagine this manual is too easy to find. Just got to find the box for it now. Alright, and then the very last game that I got with this deal, definitely save this one for last. It's the one I was most excited to get. Little Ninja Brothers. And just to find this game, you know, in a Craigslist deal, I thought was awesome. It's not like an overly expensive game. I think it's like a $30 cartridge, but I know that it is pretty hard to find, and it's actually a really cool game. Ryan and I tried this game out yesterday after we did the unboxing of this, and I didn't realize this, but it's actually an RPG, and you can play like a co-op RPG. We did have trouble though figuring out like what to do, like figuring out the combat system and stuff. I really wish I had the manual for this one. I guess I can look that up online if I have to, but we got really confused with everything and stopped playing. But we put like an hour into it, and it seemed like a pretty cool game. So Little Ninja Brothers, very happy to add this one into my collection. So that was the bundle there, and for the price that I paid, absolutely phenomenal deal. Despite the fact that I had to go through 2.5 weeks of agony wondering if I was ever even going to get this stuff with my money sitting out there, and the system didn't work or whatever, but I could care less about that. I really only bought the bundle for the games anyway, and again, for $115, you can't beat that price. Even though I only needed a few of these for my personal collection, it was nice to finally just restock my doubles again. So people ask me all the time, for a list of my NES doubles for trade and stuff, and for the longest time I've had almost absolutely nothing to offer. So now at least I have some trade bait to work with here. And I guess transitioning into the Midwest Gaming Classic coming up this next weekend. Ryan and I are both so excited about this. I know there's a ton of YouTubers that are going to be down there, and I've posted it up like on Facebook and stuff, and had you guys let me know if you were going. But if you haven't already responded to us on our Facebook or whatever, and you're going to the Midwest Gaming Classic, be sure to drop a comment down below and let us know. We'll definitely meet up and hang out or whatever. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around and checking out this whole video. I'll see whoever's going to MGC this weekend, and until next time, guys, take care.